For me, rain is such an important thing about how nature functions. Without rain, there is no fertility. Without rain, there is no erosion. We don't build soil, we don't move rocks around. It's a really big part of how wilderness and nature functions. It references three meanings that you could extract from those three words, out of rain. Out of rain means we are under a roof out of rain. Out of rain means from out of rain comes fertility. And when you are out of rain, when there is no more rain, we are out of rain. So there's these three meanings, and I have tried to encapsulate these in the works. The materials that I use are very varied. Actually, in this show, it's quite a long list, and all used to try and tell the story as cleanly as possible. I do bring stuff from nature into my practice, like found sticks and leaves, but I also use aluminium, stainless steel, knitted wire, acrylic. I'm interested in that combination of I guess, hard edge with maybe a sense of ephemerality. There's a visual poetry in my work, I think, as well, especially when shadows come into play. It happens in my big work outside, it happens in my big work in spaces, and it's certainly happening in this exhibition, particularly with concavity, where most extraordinary experience of seeing refracted shadows that have magenta and green in them. That was just a completely unexpected thing. As you move past the work and you make it move, just a very gentle, gentle movement, and the shadows become like ripples on water or rain falling. But it very often is about vulnerability as well, even though there's a hard edge. And quite a few of these works use medical felt in them. And I was interested in using felt because it's an extraordinary material. It's almost flesh-like, skin-like, so strong but yet quite soft. And when I discovered medical felt as well, it was like a lovely connection of the sense of being vulnerable as well as being strong. And it's beautiful colour. Colour is extremely important. Some of the works in this show are quite neutral, just stainless steel and white. But yet some of them do have colour included, from reds to pink to blues. And each of the colour is quite specifically chosen. There's 9 works in the show, and Hover is a little work that's made out of stainless steel knitted wire, some stainless steel structure, and acrylic. And it's just really a simple work that talks about morning mist over a cool morning river. It's small knitted tubes that have just been joined together to become squares, like cells. So it has that sense of looking into the minuscule. And yet it's suspended like a bridge as well, so it's a reference to the human-made. The environmental aspect of this show is really just trying to remind people about interconnectedness. Like, even though it's specifically about rain, there's one work here called Span, which is really that idea that a cloud completely ignores boundaries, and it joins two states together, and in this case this work spans the two walls of the gallery. It's bringing things that are not usually joined together. And it's that idea that we really need to look at things very differently in order to move forward, become sustainable. It's all about trying to understand how it all functions. I'm actually married to a physicist, and he actually said to me very early on in our relationship, when I said, "It's a bit weird having a relationship with a physicist, isn't it, when I'm an artist?" And he says, "No, we're just trying to understand the universe, but we just go about it in a different way." And I think that is actually a really great encapsulation about what my work is about. It's research. It's trying to understand how it all fits together. I just don't go about it in quite the same way that a scientist does. It's more maybe esoteric, philosophical, metaphysical. Yeah. my dilemma in my life is, should I be an activist or should I be an artist? So I guess this is my way of being an activist by being an artist, is talking about this thing, but trying not to point fingers, trying to engage people on a much deeper level to the magic and mysteries and vulnerability of nature.